There's a small item in your kitchen, maybe tucked in the back of your cabinet or sitting quietly near the stove, that you've never thought twice about. Salt. We all use it. We sprinkle it on eggs, toss it into boiling pasta water, maybe even line a margarita glass with it. But no one ever told you that this common, everyday ingredient might be quietly influencing more than just flavor. What if the way you've been using it, unintentionally, habitually, has been part of why your financial energy feels stuck? Not cursed, not unlucky, just blocked. This isn't about superstition. It's not about magic spells or folklore. It's about presence, attention, intention. In a world that's constantly moving, constantly pushing us to hustle, it's easy to miss the invisible layers of life that shape how we feel, what we attract, and what continues to slip through our fingers no matter how hard we work. You might be doing everything right on paper, but something still feels off. Bills pile up, efforts go unnoticed, and you start to wonder, am I doing something wrong, or am I just missing something small, something subtle? Today, I want to share a simple ritual. It doesn't promise to make you a millionaire overnight. That's not the point. But what it can do, when done with awareness and honesty, is shift the energy around you just enough to make space for something better. And that shift might be all you need. Because sometimes the thing that changes everything isn't a raise, a lottery ticket, or another self-help book. Sometimes it's a few quiet minutes with a spoonful of salt, a bit of heat, and a moment where you finally decide to let go of what's been weighing you down. So before you toss that salt into another pan, stay with me. Because this time we're not cooking. We're clearing space for something new. Part 1, salt is not just salt, it's an energy magnet. Salt is the one thing in your kitchen you've probably never questioned. It's reliable, familiar, always there when you need a little flavor. But what if I told you it's also been quietly absorbing more than just moisture from the air? What if it's been soaking in energy, yours, your home's, your stress, your tension, without you ever realizing it? Not in a mystical, far-fetched way, but in the same way a room holds onto a mood long after an argument has ended. In the same way certain spaces feel heavy, even when they are spotless. You don't see it, but you feel it. That's what salt responds to. The truth is, salt has a weight that goes beyond its grain. It carries a history, a memory, and in every culture where it's more than seasoning, salt is known not just as food, but as a force. Native American tribes used it to cleanse spaces before gatherings. Mediterranean homes placed salt near doorways for protection. Even hospitals, once upon a time, used salt water to purify rooms between patients. There's a reason for that. Salt doesn't just season, it absorbs, neutralizes, and transforms. And if you're constantly surrounded by invisible noise, financial fear, stress from work, resentment that you can't quite name, that energy is building up around you. You may not hear it, but your body does. Your sleep shortens, your patience thins, your motivation dries out, and worst of all, your sense of hope starts to flicker. I'm not saying salt will solve your money problems. That would be ridiculous. But what I am saying is this: if your energy is cluttered, your life will be too. And salt, when treated with the right presence and purpose, can help start that clearing. Think about it. When you're sick, your doctor tells you to flush things out. Hydrate, detox. But we rarely think about detoxing the space around us. The emotional air we breathe in every day. The unseen residue of a difficult season, a toxic relationship, or just years of surviving instead of living. That's what this ritual is about. It's not about superstition. It's about finally paying attention to the energetic weight you've been carrying and doing something simple, honest, and practical to let it go. So why roasting salt? Why heat? Because fire activates change. Salt on its own is powerful but passive. The moment it hits heat, something shifts. It starts to crackle. Tiny sounds like whispers begin to rise. That's not just sound, that's movement. That's energy being shaken, stirred, and released. And if you're present while it happens, if you're not scrolling your phone or half distracted, you'll start to feel it too. Your breathing changes, your shoulders drop. Something old begins to loosen quietly without drama. That's when you know you're not just watching salt cook. You're watching yourself unstick from something. We've all had moments where we feel like we're doing everything right, yet nothing moves. You pay the bills, you put in the hours, you say the affirmations, and still life feels like you're stuck in molasses. That kind of stagnation isn't just practical, it's energetic. And unless you clear the block from the inside out, no budget spreadsheet or money app will fix it. Roasting salt is a simple way to begin that reset. It doesn't take money. It doesn't require belief in anything specific. All it asks is your presence, your willingness to sit with yourself for a few minutes, while something as humble as salt becomes a mirror to your state of being. Now, this part is important. The salt you use should be coarse, unrefined, and untouched by additives. You want it raw, alive. Think of it like this: if your goal is to pull out what's stale and stuck, don't use something that's already been bleached and processed. You need salt that still holds its natural form, because that structure is what allows it to pull, hold, and transmute energy. You don't need a fancy brand, you just need something real. As the salt begins to heat, you'll notice it starts to pop and shift in the pan. That's your cue to stay with it. Don't stir immediately, let it speak. Let it tell you what needs to be heard. This is where most people rush, but the power is in the pause. Let the noise rise, let it fill the space. And in your mind, start to let go, not through a chant, not through a forced mantra. Just breathe and think clearly about what you're ready to release. Maybe it's the anxiety you've carried since the last layoff. Maybe it's the feeling of being unseen even though you show up every day. Maybe it's a quiet grief you haven't made time to name. Let the salt absorb it. Let the sound carry it away. This part isn't dramatic. It's not loud. It's internal. But you'll know it's working when the room feels just a little lighter. When your chest softens. When you finally exhale like you didn't realize you were holding your breath. That's the shift. And even if it's small, even if no one else can see it, it matters. Because that shift is how momentum starts again. That's the moment the door opens, even just a crack. I once spoke to a woman who'd been out of work for 6 months. Nothing was moving. She'd applied everywhere. She had the skills, but something felt off. She told me she did this salt ritual one night, not because she believed in anything, but because she was tired of feeling heavy. She didn't expect anything. She just wanted to feel clean again. The next week she got 3 callbacks. Was it magic? No, but her energy had shifted, and people feel that even if they don't realize it. The way you walk, speak, show up, it changes when your energy is clear. So no, salt isn't just salt. It's not just sodium and crystals. It's a quiet force, a listener, a cleanser. And when you partner with it not as a cure-all, but as a companion for change, it can become a small but powerful doorway. A doorway back to momentum, back to clarity, back to something you didn't even realize you were missing. Part 2, cinnamon, the signal that you're ready for wealth. Cinnamon doesn't just smell warm, it feels like something opening. If salt is the cleansing, cinnamon is the calling. It's the moment after you've cleared the dust, when the air shifts and something new is allowed to enter. That's what this part of the ritual is about. It's not just a spice, it's a signal. A declaration, not in words but in energy. I'm no longer just surviving, I'm ready to receive. The truth is, most of us say we want abundance, but we're not positioned for it. We're hopeful but guarded. We want ease, but we expect resistance. Cinnamon works because it stirs more than just scent. It stirs your readiness. And if you've ever felt like you're stuck in a pattern where the harder you try, the less you get, you know exactly what I mean. Sometimes your energy isn't open, it's tense, closed, blocked by layers of overthinking, self-doubt, or just years of making it through without breathing. And abundance can't land on tension. It doesn't thrive in fight or flight. It finds you when you soften, open, and ask, not from desperation, but from alignment. Adding cinnamon to the salt isn't about flavor, it's about vibration. As the stick touches the hot pan, it releases warmth, not heat. Warmth, there's a difference. Heat burns, warmth invites. And that's the point. You're not shouting at the universe to send you a miracle. You're whispering to it, I'm here, I'm ready, I'm grounded, I know what I want, and I believe it can find me. This moment is powerful not because of the cinnamon itself, but because of what it reflects back to you, a self that is no longer begging, no longer hustling for worth, but open to ease. This isn't about being passive, it's about being present. There's a kind of stillness that's magnetic. A woman who knows what she brings to the table doesn't need to bang on doors. She waits, she prepares, she aligns, and when the time comes, she welcomes what's already been on its way. Cinnamon in this ritual becomes the bridge between the letting go and the letting in, between the clearing and the calling, between who you were in survival and who you become in receptivity. Some people ask, does this really work? And the answer depends on what you mean by work. Will cinnamon bring you a check in the mail tomorrow? Probably not. But will it help recalibrate the energy you're putting out, the tone of your voice, the way your presence fills a room? Absolutely. And that, believe it or not, is what changes outcomes. People respond to unspoken signals, so does life. And when your signal changes from "I'm tired" to "I'm ready," things start to respond differently. I once heard a story about a woman who had been interviewing for jobs for almost a year. Sharp, experienced, but somehow overlooked. One morning she did this ritual, not to attract a job, but to clear her frustration. When she reached the cinnamon step, she paused, closed her eyes, and said quietly, "I'm ready to be seen for who I really am." That same week she got an interview, and this time she walked in differently. She wasn't pushing, she wasn't apologizing, she was calm, certain, and guess what? She got the offer. Was it magic? No, it was resonance, it was alignment, and cinnamon helped her cross that bridge. Here's why this matters. We live in a culture that praises hustle and output. Work harder, stay up later, do more. But receiving, true receiving, isn't something you chase, it's something you allow. And cinnamon, with its slow, sweet warmth, reminds you of that. It reminds your body that it's safe to receive. That softness isn't weakness, it's power. The kind of power that doesn't demand but attracts. When you place the cinnamon stick in the salt, do it slowly. Gently, be present. Watch how it begins to release its fragrance, not all at once, but gradually. That's your cue to mirror it. Slow down. Let your mind settle. Let the moment feel like a turning point. And if a phrase wants to come forward, let it. Something simple, something true. It could be, "I'm ready to live with ease," or "I trust that what's meant for me is already finding its way." You don't have to say it out loud. Whisper it in your mind, feel it in your chest, and most importantly, believe it just enough to stay open. This is the emotional peak of the ritual, not dramatic, but deep, quiet. Like the moment you realize you've been clenching your jaw for months and you finally let go. It doesn't look like a transformation, but it feels like one, and that's the most honest kind. As the scent begins to fill the room, it's not just aroma, it's atmosphere. The space changes. Not because the cinnamon is magical, but because you've shown up in a new state, and spaces respond to states. Your home knows when you're anxious. It also knows when you're grounded. Let it feel you now. This version of you that's finally letting down her armor and saying, "Yes, I'm ready." This step is where people often rush or skip or treat like a side note. Don't. Cinnamon isn't optional, it's the pulse of this ritual. It's the moment the ritual becomes yours, not something you're trying, but something you're feeling. Let it land, let it linger. And if you find yourself getting emotional here, good. That's not a distraction, that's release. That's your body saying, "Thank you for making space." Stay with it. Breathe. Let the warmth wrap around you like a quiet confirmation. The door is opening. Cinnamon has been used in rituals for centuries, not because it smells good, but because it reminds us to soften where we've gone rigid, to open where we've shut down, to believe again not because someone told us to, but because something inside us still wants to. You don't have to be certain. You don't have to know the how. You just have to say yes. And cinnamon, in its quiet way, says yes with you. So when the air smells sweet and your shoulders drop just a little lower, take a moment to stand still, to listen, not to the crackle of the pan, but to the feeling rising in your chest. That's your signal. That's your invitation. That's the energy you've been waiting to remember, and it's been waiting for you to receive it. Part 3. Cloves, cutting invisible drains. Some people drain you without ever raising their voice. Some rooms make you tired without saying a word. And some days feel heavy even though nothing really happened. If that sounds familiar, you're not imagining it. You're experiencing energy leakage, what I call the silent thief. It's not dramatic, it's not always obvious, but it's real. And over time, it adds up. You're not just tired from work. You're tired from what's quietly pulling at you all day long, doubts that aren't yours, emotions you absorbed, judgments you never agreed to carry. And if you've ever walked into a space and immediately felt off, clenched jaw, short breath, sudden tension, you've felt it. You just didn't know how to name it or how to stop it. That's where cloves come in. In this ritual, cloves are the guardians. They don't cleanse like salt. They don't call like cinnamon. They protect. They seal. They draw the line between what's yours and what's not. And that line is critical, because without it, no matter how much you clear or call in, energy keeps slipping out. Your progress leaks. Your peace leaks. Your confidence, your clarity, your calm, it all gets slowly worn down by things that have nothing to do with your choices and everything to do with your boundaries. Cloves are tiny, but they are fierce. When you drop them into the pan, they don't sizzle. They snap. They don't blend in. They punctuate. It's a different kind of energy, a sharper, more defined presence that says, not here, not now, not anymore. And that's what you're saying too. You're not just doing a ritual. You're reclaiming the edges of your energy. You're drawing a quiet but powerful circle around yourself and saying, I decide what enters. I decide what stays. Here's what makes this step so vital. Most of us were never taught how to energetically protect ourselves. We were told to be polite, to not overreact, to be nice even when something feels wrong, and in doing so, we've let too much in. Over the years, we've normalized emotional weight that doesn't belong to us. Your coworker's sarcasm, your friend's passive judgment, that stranger's weird look that stuck in your chest longer than it should have. None of it is technically big, but the buildup is what drains us. And cloves in this ritual are the moment you say enough. This isn't just about shielding yourself from other people. It's about protecting your clarity, your inner rhythm, the frequency that allows you to stay connected to your own goals, your own peace. Because when your energy is constantly interrupted, you can't hear yourself think clearly. You can't move intuitively. You start second-guessing everything, and that slows down your momentum, your trust, and yes, even your finances. I remember a woman who shared her story with me after doing this ritual. She was a therapist, someone deeply intuitive and compassionate. But over time, she started feeling constantly exhausted, not just tired, depleted. She said it felt like she was leaking energy from holes she couldn't see. Everything became harder, writing notes, showing up for clients, even basic decision-making. One day, she tried this ritual. When she reached the clove step, she paused and whispered, I call my energy back. That night, she slept deeply for the first time in months, not because of magic, but because her system finally felt safe enough to rest. She'd drawn a line, a new one, and her body responded. So how do you do it? You hold the cloves in your hand, 3, 5, or 7, and you take a breath, not a big one, a clear one. And you ask yourself gently, what am I ready to stop carrying? Maybe it's that lingering resentment from an old friendship. Maybe it's the need to please everyone in your family. Maybe it's the habit of explaining your worth to people who don't see you. Whatever it is, name it silently. You don't need to shout. Cloves hear whispers. Then when you're ready, you drop them into the pan. There's often a small sound, sharp, subtle, but distinct. And that sound is your signal. It's not about drama, it's about declaration. You are declaring your field, your energy field. You are saying, I release what isn't mine, I block what doesn't serve. You can even say those words out loud if it feels right. But even if you don't, the act itself carries weight. It becomes a kind of punctuation, clear, unapologetic, protective. This is the part of the ritual where your energy begins to feel different, not just lighter, but safer. The air in the room changes. It becomes less scattered, more defined, more yours, and that matters. Because when you feel safe in your space, you move differently. You think more clearly. You rest more deeply. And from that place, you begin to attract not just things, but people, situations, and opportunities that honor your boundaries instead of testing them. Now, let's talk about the emotional texture of this moment. This step isn't meant to stir anger. It's not about building walls. It's about clean clarity. The kind that lets you say no without guilt. The kind that lets you walk away from drama without apology. The kind that helps you hold space for yourself, not because you're closed off, but because you're open to what's true and nothing less. That's what cloves offer, a kind of sharp kindness, a fierce softness, A reminder that protection doesn't have to be loud to be real. As the scent of the cloves blends into the warmth of the salt and cinnamon, you may start to feel something subtle shift inside you. A sense of quiet firmness, like your spine got just a little straighter, like your breath got just a little deeper. That's not a coincidence. That's your nervous system responding to the new frequency you're setting. And from here, everything begins to stabilize. This is why it's important to take your time with this part. Don't rush to the next step. Let the cloves settle in. Let them mark the space. Let them do what they are meant to do, create edges where there used to be leaks. You're not just performing a ritual, you're reshaping how you exist in your space. And that shift, though quiet, is one of the most powerful ones you can make. So if you've ever wondered why your efforts don't seem to stick, why peace never seems to last, or why your energy feels scattered even after self-care, this is your answer. You're not broken. You're just unguarded, and now you're changing that. Now you're closing the gaps, and in doing so, you're finally creating a space where your progress, your peace, and your power can actually stay. Cloves are small, but their message is clear. Enough leaking, enough losing, enough explaining. This is your space. Protect it. Part 4. Bay leaves, breaking the invisible wall. Some blocks in life aren't loud. They don't scream failure or throw disasters in your path. They're quiet, subtle, like a door that almost closes before you walk through it, like a plan that gets close but never quite lands. You try, you get so close, and then something slips, something stalls. Again, that's not bad luck. That's not coincidence. That's an invisible wall, and bay leaves in this ritual are what help you break through it. We don't talk enough about energetic ceilings, the kind you can't see but always feel. You work hard, you show up, you clear space, you call things in. And still it's like you keep bouncing off the same glass. Not because you're not capable, not because you're not ready, but because something old, unspoken, or unresolved is still running the show beneath your surface. Sometimes it's fear. Sometimes it's grief. Sometimes it's an outdated belief you didn't even choose, like I have to struggle to succeed or nothing lasts for me. These are not flaws, these are shadows, and bay leaves gently, powerfully are here to part the fog. When you hold a bay leaf, you're holding more than a spice. You're holding a symbol of passage, a compass, an old key. In ancient traditions, bay was worn by those crossing thresholds, into battle, into ceremony, into leadership. It marks a moment where you stop circling and start crossing. And that's exactly what this step in the ritual is. A crossing, a turning point, a quiet rebellion against every unseen rule that's kept you small. So how do you begin? You select 2 or 3 bay leaves, whole, clean, not cracked or dusty. You hold them in your hands, and before you place them in the pan, you pause, you breathe, and you ask, what have I been afraid to step into? The answer may come immediately, or not at all, it doesn't matter. The question itself begins the shift, because even asking means you're willing to name what's been unnamed. That's the first break in the wall. Next, you place the leaves gently into the warm pan, letting them settle on top of the salt, cinnamon, and cloves. You'll notice something curious. They don't blend in. They hold their shape. Their veins rise slightly. Their bodies curl slowly as they meet the heat. And that's the mirror. You don't need to disappear into the ritual. You need to stay intact within it. This is not about surrendering yourself. It's about stepping into yourself fully. As the bay leaves begin to warm, you might hear a faint crackling sound, delicate, almost shy, but listen closely. That's the sound of release, not dramatic, not destructive, just shedding, like old tension falling off your shoulders, like a thought that once scared you now passing through without power. This is the moment the invisible becomes tangible. The wall, once untouchable, starts to break. You can enhance this moment by speaking an affirmation, clear, simple, rooted in strength. Something like, I move forward now even if I'm unsure, or I outgrow what no longer holds me, or just, I rise. You don't need to believe it perfectly, you just need to be willing to speak it. The ritual will do the rest. It's not about forcing belief, it's about choosing direction. I once heard a story about a woman who'd spent years circling the same kind of relationship, different faces, same patterns. Each time, she'd begin hopeful. Each time, she'd end disappointed. After doing this bay leaf ritual, something shifted, not outside, but inside. She stopped texting first. She stopped shrinking. She said no without guilt, and almost without effort, a new kind of person came into her life, someone who saw her without her having to beg to be seen. That's what breaking the wall looks like, not fireworks, not a grand reveal, just the absence of resistance where there used to be so much of it. This part of the ritual, though simple in action, is monumental in meaning. It represents choice. Will you keep looping, or will you cross? Will you stay in the familiar discomfort, or will you risk the unfamiliar freedom? That's not a small question. And bay leaves don't push you. They invite you. They don't demand clarity. They spark curiosity. That's the difference between forcing change and allowing it. One tires you out, the other moves you forward. As the scent of the bay leaves begins to fill the room, a little earthy, a little sharp, it's like a breath you didn't know you were holding is finally let go. The room doesn't get brighter, it gets clearer, and within that clarity, new direction becomes possible. That's not metaphor, that's real. Your nervous system relaxes, your focus sharpens, and your ability to make aligned decisions returns. That's what you need to move, not a strategy. A state, let this moment linger. Don't rush to finish. Bay leaves need time to unfold just like you. Watch how they curl, how they settle into the mixture below. They're not dominating the ritual, they're completing it. And in doing so, they remind you your next chapter isn't waiting for more effort. It's waiting for more clarity, more courage, more willingness to walk through, not around. So many of us stay stuck not because we're lazy, but because we're loyal to our past, to patterns that once kept us safe, to stories that once made sense. But safety isn't the same as fulfillment, and you're allowed to want more now. Not because you're ungrateful, but because you've outgrown the version of yourself who settled. Bay leaves, in their quiet way, give you permission to grow forward without apology. This step, more than any other, carries the energy of transformation. Because once the wall breaks, there's no going back to not knowing. Once the pattern reveals itself, you can't pretend it's invisible anymore. And that awareness, that forward-facing clarity, is the most powerful tool you have. It changes how you speak, how you choose, how you hold yourself, and that shift, it echoes through your relationships, through your finances, through the opportunities that begin to find you, not because you chased them, but because you stopped hiding from them. Let the bay leaves finish their part. Let them curl, crisp, and settle. And as they do, let yourself soften. You don't have to be ready all at once. You just have to be willing. And if you're here, you already are. Part 5, sugar, sealing it with softness. Some rituals end with fire, some with sound. This one ends with sweetness, not loud, not dramatic, just a quiet sprinkle of something soft, something whole. Sugar doesn't enter this ritual to cleanse or protect or call. It enters to complete, to remind us that transformation isn't just about burning away what no longer fits, but about welcoming what makes life gentle again. And in a world that prizes intensity, softness is radical. If salt is the release, cinnamon the readiness, cloves the boundary, and bay the breakthrough, then sugar is the seal. It's the exhale after the climb, the moment you stop reaching and simply let things land. Because once you've cleared the past, stirred your courage, and broken the invisible walls, you need to soften. Otherwise, the energy can't settle. You can't just shake things up and move on. You have to let them rest. And sugar in this ritual does exactly that. As you hold the sugar in your hand, raw, unprocessed, gently golden or soft white, notice its texture. It's not harsh, it's not fast, it doesn't rush, it waits. And in that waiting, there's grace. There's something profoundly healing in choosing to end anything, whether a ritual, a season, or a belief, not with urgency, but with kindness. You're not sealing the energy to trap it. You're sealing it to protect it, to let it settle into the deepest layers of your space, your skin, your story. When you sprinkle sugar into the pan, it should feel like blessing the moment, not because it's perfect, but because it's yours. You've done the work, you've cleared, you've called, you've protected, you've stepped forward. Now you bless, you seal, and sealing with sugar says, I don't just want change, I want peace. I don't just want momentum, I want meaning. I don't just want wealth, I want warmth. Too often, we move from one transformation to the next without letting ourselves land. We chase the next upgrade, the next insight, the next ritual. But healing isn't a race. And growth that doesn't include softness becomes another form of pressure. That's why this step matters. Without it, the ritual can feel incomplete. The energy remains stirred, unsettled. But when you add sugar with intention, you allow everything that's just shifted to nestle, to root, to harmonize. Let this be a slow act, not performative, personal. A spoon, a sprinkle, a moment of stillness. And while you do it, say something to yourself that feels like closure but not finality. Something like, I allow ease to stay. Or, I soften into this new space I've made. Or simply, I choose peace now. This is not about optimism, it's about grounding, choosing to return to yourself, not the version of you that was stressed or striving, but the one underneath, the one that's always known how to rest. I remember a woman in her 50s who told me she did this ritual after losing her job. She wasn't looking to attract a new one, not yet. She just wanted to stop feeling broken. When she reached the sugar step, she started crying, not from sadness, but from relief. She said it felt like someone finally told her, you don't have to hold it all anymore. That's what sugar does. It speaks in gestures, in silence, and sometimes that's louder than any affirmation. The energy of sugar in this ritual isn't about being naive or sweet for the sake of it. It's about balance. When you've cleared so much, when you've released, cracked open, and reclaimed, it's easy for your energy to feel raw, and in that rawness, you need something tender to wrap around it, not to hide, but to hold. That's sugar's role. A balm, a soft landing, a reminder that ease is not weakness and rest is not failure. We live in a culture that often tells us to keep pushing, even after the healing, to do more, become more, strive higher. But sugar whispers something different. Let what's good stay. Let joy linger. Let peace feel normal, not rare. And maybe most importantly, let yourself receive softness without needing to earn it. As the sugar touches the pan, you might notice the sound dulls, the scent softens, the air stills. That's not an accident. That's energy sealing. It's the space saying, we've shifted and now we can settle. In that stillness, there's beauty, and in that beauty, there's power, because it means you've returned fully to yourself. This moment is also where gratitude naturally arises, not as an obligation, but as a response. Gratitude to yourself for showing up. Gratitude to the space for holding you. Gratitude to the ritual, not for changing your life, but for revealing what was already waiting to rise. Sugar doesn't change you. It allows you to feel the change that's already happened. Let the sugar sit. Let it blend into the mixture slowly. Don't rush to stir, just breathe with it. Let your body register that the ritual is closing, that the shift is complete. And when you're ready, you can gently mix the salt, cinnamon, cloves, bay, and sugar one final time. Not to activate, but to unify. You're not stirring ingredients. You're harmonizing energy. Everything that's been released, invited, protected, and claimed is now one. And in that wholeness, there is peace. This step may not feel as big as the others. It may not have the same fireworks, but it's just as essential. Because the nervous system remembers how something ends. And if it ends in calm, your body trusts the change. That trust is what allows you to carry the ritual with you, not just for the next hour, but into your days, your decisions, your home. So if you've ever rushed the ending of a process, a conversation, a season, this is your moment to rewrite that habit. End softly, end fully. End like someone who knows that real change doesn't need to prove itself. It simply arrives and rests. Let the sweetness stay, not to sugarcoat life, but to soften its edges. To remind you that even when things are hard, even when growth is messy, there can still be grace. And you are worthy of that grace, not later, now. Part 6. The pan is your altar. Most people think the ritual ends with the sugar. That once the ingredients are blended, the energy has done its job. But what they don't realize is the container holds the memory. And in this case, that container is your pan. It's not just cookware, not anymore. The moment you turned on the heat, the moment you added salt and stood still with your thoughts, this pan became something else. It became an altar. Now, altar doesn't have to mean something religious. It means a space of intention. A space where something invisible meets something real. And that's what this pan has witnessed. Your release, your readiness, your protection, your breakthrough, and your peace. It's held all of it. And that kind of presence leaves a mark, not a stain, but a signature. If you treat this pan like any other kitchen tool, you break the energy thread. But if you set it aside, care for it, treat it with quiet respect, it becomes a sacred part of your practice, something private, something yours. You don't have to display it, you don't have to label it, you just have to know, this is the space where I return to myself. This is where I shifted something invisible. In spiritual work, we often focus so much on the action, what to burn, what to say, what to buy, that we forget about the vessel. But every transformation needs a container. And the more intentional that container is, the deeper the shift becomes. That's why I always tell people, don't reuse the pan for cooking, not because it's superstitious, but because energy lives in memory. When you cook dinner, your hands move differently, your intention is different, and the vibration from that can dilute the energy you've cultivated here. This is a space of clarity. Don't mix it. So what do you do with it? You clean it gently, not just to remove residue, but to show care. You store it in a place where it's not touched by chaos, away from loud drawers, rushed routines, or accidental hands. And every time you hold it again for this ritual, you enter that same energetic atmosphere, already familiar, already tuned. It's like returning to a room where something important once happened. The room remembers, so does the pan. There's also something emotional about keeping this object separate. In a life where everything is multitasked, repurposed, reused, it's healing to have one thing that exists only for stillness. One object that doesn't ask anything from you but presence. And over time, your body will start to respond the moment you pick it up. Your breath slows, your shoulders drop, your thoughts quiet, because your system knows this is the space where I come back to center. I've seen people use the same pan for years, and what started as a $10 piece of steel became, over time, a personal relic. Not because of its look, but because of what it witnessed. Think of it like an old journal. You wouldn't tear pages out and use them for grocery lists. Not because you're being precious, but because some things hold too much meaning to be repurposed. This pan is one of them, and the best part, no one else has to know. This doesn't have to be on display. It doesn't need explanation. It's your quiet tool, your hidden strength, the space where you've cried, exhaled, whispered truths, the space that heard what you never said out loud. That kind of container deserves to be honored. This idea may sound small, but I promise it's powerful. In a world that teaches us to keep moving, to be efficient, to treat everything as replaceable, the act of setting something apart becomes an act of rebellion. A soft, intentional rebellion against forgetting what matters, against forgetting yourself. Let's go deeper. When you treat the pan as sacred, you start treating your time with it as sacred too. You don't rush, you don't multitask, you create a pocket of stillness. And in that pocket, you build something no one can take from you, an anchor. Something to return to when life becomes noisy again, because it will. That's not a failure, that's reality. And when it happens, this pan will be waiting, quiet, ready, like an old friend who doesn't need a phone call to be there. So take a moment now. Look at your pan, not with judgment, not for perfection, just with presence. It may be plain, it may be worn, but what matters is what it's held and what it's about to hold. Your peace, your clarity, your softness, your truth. Over time, this won't just be the pan you use for the ritual. It will become the symbol of who you are when you're most connected, most clear, most honest. And that version of you, that's the one who calls in true wealth. Not just money, but alignment, lightness, wholeness. That's what this step is really about. Not the pan, but the intention. Not the object, but the space it opens. When you treat it like an altar, you treat yourself like someone who deserves one. And that belief that you are worthy of sacred time, sacred space, sacred rhythm is what changes everything. Because that belief shows up in your choices, your boundaries, your relationships, your worth. And the more you return to it, the more natural it becomes. So yes, keep your pan, but more importantly, keep what it represents. The choice to pause, to clear, to soften, to seal, to protect, and to come back to yourself again and again, in a world that will always try to pull you away. This is your space, your rhythm, your ritual, and it begins not with something big, but with something small, something humble, something you probably already have, a pan, but now it holds a different kind of fire. Final, you didn't need candles, you didn't need crystals, you didn't need a special moon phase or ancient script. You only needed a few things already sitting in your kitchen and a quiet willingness to pause. And in that pause, something shifted, not outside, but within. Maybe it was subtle, a softer breath, a clearer thought, a feeling for once of being home in your own space. Or maybe it was louder, a moment of release, a tear you didn't expect, a memory that finally felt ready to go. Whatever it was, honor it, because you didn't just follow a ritual. You made space for a part of yourself that's been waiting for you to slow down, to notice, to reclaim what the noise of the world asked you to ignore. Salt cleared what you no longer needed. Cinnamon reminded you you are ready. Cloves protected what matters. Bay leaves broke through old patterns. Sugar softened it all into something you could keep. And your pan, that simple object, became an altar, a place where your shift began. No one else had to see it, but you felt it. And now you carry it not just as memory, but as momentum. I want you to remember something gentle but true. Not all wealth is loud. Sometimes it's quiet confidence, a full breath, a decision made from peace instead of panic. Sometimes it's not a deposit in your bank, but a release in your heart. When you change how your energy moves, the world around you responds. So don't rush to do another ritual. Let this one echo, let it root. Let the warmth stay, because it's yours now. You don't need to keep the ashes. That part is done. What you keep is the warmth, the clarity, the softness, the knowing. And if no one's told you lately, you're doing better than you think. You're showing up. You're growing in ways others can't see yet. And more importantly, you're not doing it for anyone else's approval. You're doing it for peace, for ease, for the version of you that feels like home. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing stillness when the world offered noise. May your home hold peace, may your efforts land, and may your next chapter come not with force, but with grace.